My name is Key Allen. Welcome back to my channel. Because I don't have a Valentine this year, I decided that I would watch all of the horrible Valentine's movies for you and let you know which ones are great. Netflix has a new genre for Valentine's Day. Let me tell you, most of the Valentine's Day movies are basically just romantic comedies. If you're not into romantic comedies, don't go on Netflix and go into that section because it's terrible. Instead of choosing the most commercial love stories, I decided that I was gonna choose most unique love stories. So here are my 5 best movies that you can stream on Netflix for Valentine's Day. The first movie that I watched is called On Body and Soul. It was created in 2017, I believe it was released, and it's a Hungarian film, so it's actually a foreign film, all in Hungarian. I'm not even gonna try and say the actors and directors and writers and stuff because I can't pronounce Hungarian. Idiko and Yeti, but you can Google it. It's called On Body and Soul. This film is super, super foreign, and when you watch it, you definitely realize pretty quickly that it's foreign because if you're a vegan, you're gonna hate this movie. One of the initial scenes is basically them showing an entire process of how meat is manufactured. So how they like kill the cow and string it up and take the meat off it. So it's a little bit not vegan friendly, we'll say that. It's about these 2 people who work in a meat packing plant. So through this whole process, the 2 figure out that they actually have been having the same dream. This girl, she has some stuff going on upstairs. So they meet up and talk about it, and they discover they had the same dream and they think it's just a coincidence. They start to have the dream again and again and again. And they're dreaming that they are deer in the woods, which is sort of really artsy. They are essentially going into the body of like animal in the wild, experiencing from the animal's point of view. They keep meeting in their dreams and all this stuff as these animals, and eventually they start to sort of date in real life. It's quite interesting, to say the least. It's all in Hungarian, so if you don't like to read subtitles, then you're screwed. The next film that I want to talk about is Some Freaks. So Some Freaks came out in 2016. It was written and directed by Ian McAllister McDonald, and it has a bunch of people in it that I haven't really heard of before. Thomas Mann, Marin Ireland, Lily Mae Harrington. Not sure about who these people are, but this is like a super indie film, so you know that's kind of expected. So essentially it starts out with this couple that meets up, and one of them is a guy with one eye. And the girl, she's a little bit more on the round side, she's a little bit overweight. They're both made fun of, so they obviously connect right away. The girl eventually goes off to college, and the guy is looking to visit her in college and finds out that she lost a ton of weight and is now like this gorgeous type. And he still only has one eye, so and they end up butting heads. It's one of those coming of age movies. It was super easy to connect with these people. This isn't somebody who's a model. This isn't somebody who's Brad Pitt. This isn't J-Lo walking down the street pretending that she can't get a date. This is a couple of people who don't have 1,200 Tinder matches. And for that reason, I think it's a really great movie and a really great one to watch. The next movie I want to talk about is another kind of indie strange one. It's called Never Let Me Go, and it has a bunch of super famous people in it before they were famous, which is really cool. Carey Mulligan, Keira Knightley, Andrew Garfield are all in this movie, and it definitely is out of the box. It takes place in a different world where they've learned that they can cure all diseases by replicating people, so like cloning people, and making some of these people just give up all their organs to people who don't want to die. Or to people who have the money to pay for this service. So it ends up that all of these kids are born into a school where their sole purpose in life is to give up their organs and die. There's a love story involved. Everyone growing up eventually like has some kind of experience with love, and you get to see how different the experience is when these people know that they're destined for an early death. So it's really like a touching story, and it's very sad. It's one of those love movies that it's not like the happiest ending. It's one of those ones that you need a box of tissues for, and that you might feel a little sad afterwards. But definitely a really good movie, and one that I would definitely recommend. One of the best movies that I've ever watched on Netflix is The Way He Looks. This is a Portuguese movie. It's one that is in Portuguese, so if you can't read subtitles, it's not gonna work. But it's a really great movie from 2014. It's probably one of the best gay love stories that I've ever seen. And the reason why I really like this movie is because it involves something that's really unique, because it really showcases how difficult it is to not only accept your sexuality and really get through that coming of age process. This also delves into the aspect of how difficult it is to maybe find somebody to love you when you are blind. It starts with this boy who he's blind, and he has this best friend, and they go to school. It's very like coming of age setting. Of course, there's this new kid in the school. He eventually befriends this kid, and they start to develop this relationship together. And it's so interesting to see the dynamic that is made because he can't see him. Like, there is so much in our world that we take for granted, and one of those things is being able to look at the people that we love and being able to recognize attraction through visualization. And this movie, it's the opposite. Like, how can you be attracted to somebody when you can't see them? And it really delves into that deep intimacy where it's not just based on looks. Like, it's not like he's going right and swiping right on this kid and being like, damn, he's hot. No, he can't see him. So it's definitely a deeper, more meaningful and powerful type of romance that they develop. And for that, I think it's definitely one that's worth watching. And one of my last but not least that I really, really loved was called Stardust. Kind of a really old movie. It's from 2007. It has a bunch of famous people in it. It was originally a book by Neil Gaiman. It's a little bit more than a love story. It's a fantasy adventure, really. And I love fantasy adventure movies. I kind of like a sucker for things with like magic and unicorns and things that are fantastical and not based in our reality. I love that kind of stuff. And you throw a love story in there and oh my god, that is perfect Valentine's Day for me. It starts out with this kid, Tristan, played by Charlie Cox, and he is really in love with this girl, so he decides that he's going to travel to this other world. He's gonna find this star that fell to the earth and bring it back to her as a token of his love. And she's like this terrible girl that he shouldn't be in love with, that is basically like, okay boy, you got a week before I marry this other dude named Humphrey. So, I mean, she's not really like the best girl. No, no, no. It's really funny. There's witches and there's pirates and there's a whole bunch of other stuff. Michelle Pfeiffer is in the movie, as well as Robert De Niro, who plays a kind of gay pirate, which is funny. So it's a great movie to watch, especially if you want a really, really happy ending, because it's not sad or tragic. It's a really great film. So I hope you watch some of these films. Let me know what you think down in the comments below, and make sure you subscribe, and I'll catch you later. See ya!